welcome to Saturday Morning Momentum. This is a 2-hour live stream where we come together as a community to work on our aims, projects, goals. Maybe you want to catch up on your reading, whatever it is that you want to spend your time doing during this period of time. We come together as a community to support one another. And of course, we have a 1-hour power hour built in for focus work. So hopefully you're not interrupted during that power hour and you can get a bunch done. I'm Kat of Kat's Novel Adventures for anyone who is new this morning. And if you are new, please take the time to introduce yourselves to our chat. We have a friendly community here, and we would love to get to know you and what you'll be working on today. And for anyone who's watching on the replay, thank you for that. And let us know what you got up to during your power hour. And I'm being joined today by two lovely ladies, and Lee and Laurie. Laurie, take it away.
Oh, well, I don't have a whole lot to say that people don't know, but if you're new, I'm Laurie, and I have a channel called Books, Ink, and Paper, and I love to read more than almost any other hobby in my life. So I just think this is the best place for me to be. All right, Lee, your turn.
My name's Lee. I have a channel, Dark Roots Creations, which is a lot of bookish content as well as my current spring personal curriculum.
Yay.
Very nice. Yes, and her new curriculum sounds really nice. Love what you're getting up to in the spring. My channel's mainly been focusing on reading and personal development. A lot more reading than personal development. I don't know. I guess I don't share as much of my personal development journey as I do with my reading journey. But yeah, a little bit of both of that. So both Liz and Jen won't be with us today. They are practicing self-care, which I think is amazing. So yes. We'll go ahead and just see who's in our chat this morning. Elena is here. I'll be reading Center Ice by Julia Connors. And she's saying happy Saturday to everyone and wanting to know what everyone will be reading this morning if they're reading. And Swank is here. Howdy, everybody. Happy Drop Everything and Read Day. Perfect day. Happy Only Child Day. And Walk on Your Wild Side Day. Woohoo.
Okay.
Awesome. And Eleanor's here. Hello, Eleanor. Good morning. Happy to be awake and starting the day. That's amazing. And Emily's, let's see. I'm trying to just do the highs and we'll go back. Swank says, I'll be doing my morning pages and daily help books, listening to the best of Billy Idol. That sounds fun. Emily's here. Hi, everyone. I'll be pretty productive this morning as I will be leaving shortly for physical therapy. Hope everyone has a good day. And if celebrating, happy Easter. Happy Easter to you too, Emily. And I hope that your get together with your friend from last week went well. I know that you were getting yourself busy for your friend arriving. Kirsten's here. Good morning. I'm doing a bunch of chores around the house, but hoping to get to the coffee shop for some reading during one of these sprints at least. Well, we only have one sprint. It's just a power hour. So once we do our power hour, we come back together, kind of talk about what we did, and then everybody goes on for their day.
Yeah.
So, hello, Susie. Hi, everybody. It's afternoon here already, and I hardly read a word.
Oh.
That means you were busy. Hello, Molly Dodds. And good morning, Jen. Going to be working on content and making an organized to-do list for the rest of the week of spring break. Sounds good. And that's Laurie telling everybody hello. And Alicia's here. Good morning, Kat, Laurie, Lee. I just finished watching Kat's first quarter book haul. Love it. Already have had breakfast, drinking my coffee, and ready for the day. Somewhat. Yeah, I get that. Well, thank you so much for watching, Alicia. That video caused me a lot of issues this week.
Well, I watched it this morning too. Isn't that funny?
Well, I'm glad people watch because it was very, very long. And like Liz said, when I explained to Liz the whole thing that happened on Monday, you know how it is when you're all ready to do something, but the universe has other ideas. I told her, I said, either the universe was at odds with me that maybe I shouldn't be doing this, or it was Satan. Satan trying to test my, how much gumption I have to like prevail and keep moving on. So I'm gonna say it must have been Satan, but I won. But I'm gonna tell you, she called it a series of like unfortunate events because it was one of those things. I was ready to go. I'll have all my stuff ready, and just one thing after another. I'm like, really? Like, you picked today? And I figured Monday was perfect too because it was a rainy day. Like, it was one of those days where it was raining, like a light rain, and then of course it got worse as the day went on. But I'm just like, ugh. And then I was having some issues, not with editing, but when I exported, it was making it where all my sound effects were shifting in the export, which I've never experienced that before ever in my life. And I'm
No.
wondering if it's my iPad. Now, my iPad is ancient. I've had it for a long time. So I don't know if it's that. I'm like, why would this do this all of a sudden? Maybe there's an update that needs to be done on my iPad that can't be done. I don't know. It could be iMoving. I really don't know. But I'm glad it's out in the world, and I'm glad people are watching because it is long. Naomi's here. Hello, everyone. Excited to join live today. Excited for you to be here.
Yeah.
And good morning, Mindy. And good morning, Nikki. I hope to get a bunch of chores done and some reading done and some reading. Very good. Lots of reading for you. Susie said, I'll be listening to Puddin' while storing my groceries. After that, I'm hoping to read a bit of The Troubled Man and Fright or Flight. I haven't read Fright or Flight yet, but I do have a copy on my shelf. It's short stories, all about things that happen to you when you're on a plane. So I don't know if I necessarily want to read that. Hi, Shannon. Made friends with the like button. Thank you, my friend. Just waking up. Need to get coffee. Then working on finishing up taxes. Yes, for anyone who has not had done their taxes, tax day's looming, isn't it? And hello, lovelies. Good morning, Krista. Just a few minutes late. Tried to squeeze in a shower after working out, but I'm here. Yay. I'm glad you worked out. You got your workout in ahead of time. Saturdays are hard because my husband, I don't want to make him wake up so I can exercise. So I'm in my exercise clothes, ready to exercise when I'm finished. And Alicia said, well, gold star for you, Kat. You got it done. That's right. That's right. Morning, Molly. And Susie said, oh, yeah, it's the other way around, flight or fright. Oh,
Got it.
I couldn't even remember. And hola to Molly from Swank. Okay, so you had a good week, Laurie, overall?
Yes. It was very, very busy. The last several weeks have been very, very busy. And I'm looking forward to just some time to kind of just decompress a little bit from all of that. But I got a lot done, and I had some fun with my daughter at Special Olympics yesterday and watched her get some gold medals. And I did not get to read a whole lot, which was a real challenge for me. But
yeah, I've had weeks like that. Yeah, it's hard because if you read a lot, it's almost like a part of, it's like oxygen.
It is. I know. I try to read every single day, but I may have skipped a day this week, which is not normal for me.
It's very unusual.
I'm in New Orleans today, and my kids, everybody in my family always laughs at me with this. I brought 6 books with me, 6 physical books, a Nook and a Kindle. Like, this is ridiculous, right? But I don't want to be somewhere where I don't have like control over what I want to read at the moment.
Yeah, because nothing is worse. I've made that mistake before, Lee. I'm sure you've made it too, where you bring one book with you because you know you're only going to have time to read one. And when you get wherever you get, it's not the book that matches your mood.
100%.
Exactly. It happens every time I fly because I don't want to bring too much when I fly. And then I sit there and I go, why did I bring this?
And then you're grouchy.
Yes.
You know?
And then you buy a book in the airport bookstore, which is twice the price as you would pay in your own bookstore.
Sad but true. How did your week go, Lee?
It went good. I had a couple days off for Passover, so that was nice. And I got stuff done, just not the things I had planned to get done. So worked out anyway.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, it
Mhm.
does. I was telling Liz that about myself. It's like I don't have declutter in my office on my 26 for 2026. I have other areas to declutter,
Mm,
but I've been focusing on this office. And I think part of it is I need to feel better in here. I need the creativity to come back and organization, and I need the momentum.
Yep.
Like, I think once I get this finished, then it'll branch out. I think I'm trying to declutter too many areas at one time.
That could be very possible, and that throws you off completely.
Yes. Like, I think I'm trying to work on my personal library. I'm also trying to declutter in here. I'm also trying to put things away in my scrapbook room. I think I just need to focus on one thing. I feel like I get behind then. Like, I'm not making as much progress, but then again, I'm not making any progress anyway. So I think it's a mental thing. So
Mhm.
who knows? Who knows? But Alicia said my week was productive, getting some books weeded out of my collection and gathering up some donation stuff, prepping for Easter and my daughter's birthday. Yeah, you had a very productive week for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel accomplished this week. I did finish Wizard and Glass. That was a very chunky book. I wanted to finish it before the end of March because it was a March read, but I just could not. I think I had like 70 pages left, and I just could not. I could not do it. I just ran
Yeah.
out of like energy to do it. So anyway, I did finish yesterday, and I hated telling Alex I finished because Alex is not, and she's way behind me. And I said, Alex, I said, this is a fun project between us. Do not let it pressure you. If you want to put it down and read something else or whatever, I said, it's whenever we want to discuss it. It's not like it's for any life or death situation. But I think she just feels bad because like I finished, and I'm like, my circumstances are different because once I read everything I needed to read for March, that was the only thing I had to focus on. And as you know, I usually read multiple books at a time. So when you only have one book to focus on, you can get through it a little bit quicker, kind of thing. So, and Krista said, my week was really good. I made some plans for April, 2 trips coming up, and wrapped up a few things, taxes and a small group. Excellent. We need to give you some professional
Yes.
applause here because
Season celebration.
that applause is for anyone who has finished their taxes in time.
It feels so good. It does. Feels so good.
It's a lot. Okay, so let's talk about some of our friends have already told us what they're going to be getting up to for Power Hour. What are you planning, Laurie? I know you're like in a different element. So
Society of Lies, which is my Academia April pick from my read-alongs. And I started it a little bit, and I think if I can make myself focus, it should be that I can read for an hour, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that sounds good. I like
Yeah.
that. What about you, Lee? What are you going to be up to?
I have a long list of things.
Oh.
How many items?
That would be a good question. I'm going to stop it at 13 because the rest of this stuff is old school April stuff I want to get to later on. 13.
Oh, wow.
I say I'm going to get done 3.
You think you'll only get 3 done?
I think I'm only going to get 3 done.
Now you can get more than that done.
We'll see. Before I made this to-do list last night, I did watch Krista's vlog, and that motivated me to get this list together properly. So,
Oh, I need to watch that one today too then.
yeah, let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is good at how she and Alicia, queens of the spinner wheels, because I mean, and it's amazing that what I love about it is I don't think I have seen her respin the wheel except maybe once, because I think she had reading and then she didn't want to read again. I think she got it twice or something. And she was like, well, I already did that, so I need to do something else, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I'm amazed. I would be like spending time. I could have done the task. I would be spending time like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do that because I have to do this other thing. Like talking myself out of it.
The dumb thing I would waste my time doing is like should I have capitalized that word in my spinner wheel? Let me go back and read. I would have wasted my time doing something stupid like that. That's what.
It's not stupid if it's important to you, though.
Well, it'd be like if I put like old school April in one place because it was a short task and it could fit, but then later on it was a long task and I could only put OSA, I would sit there for 10 minutes going, should I switch them all to OSA? Wasting all that time I could have actually done a task.
I get it. So get it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's like, well, I'm laughing because it's so true.
It's true for all of us. That's probably why we all gravitated together.
That's right. We need the community support. Yeah, so I'm doing laundry tasks. Already started that, but need to do my planning. I did not get to it yesterday because I was doing old school April stuff instead of. I mean, I did other tasks also, but I didn't get to the planning part of it. But I need to do that. And if the library is open, the East Baton Rouge Library, I need to call and renew my card. So I'd like to try to do that before the day. I called yesterday. It was on my list. I called and I had a message. They were closed. They were closed yesterday. They're closed, and they were closed Thursday because of a staff thing. And then they're closed Sunday. So I'm like, I got to do it today because I think my card expires like on the 7th. So
yeah, I got to renew one of mine too. Thank you for reminding me.
Well, and East Baton Rouge recognizes me as a senior citizen.
Yes, I have that now.
Other two libraries do not, but for whatever reason, East Baton Rouge recognizes me as a senior citizen. Mm-hmm. So because of that, I have the perk of being able to renew over the phone and not have to drive all the way to Baton Rouge to renew my card.
Oh.
So I'm like, I will be a senior citizen for that perk.
Yeah. I get no fines for 2 of my 3 libraries. No fines because I'm old.
Yeah, well, East Baton Rouge has no fines either. They got rid of that a long time ago. I don't know about Tangipahoa and Livingston. I mean, I have never been late, but I don't know if they have fines or not. But yeah, East Baton Rouge cut that out a while ago. I think part of it was they were having problems collecting it. And then, or some people would just not bring the book back at all. And
probably because I owe 10 cents to the one that's closest to my house. And I have for months. And I keep giving them money every time I go in. I give them $1, I give them $5, whatever, because I just like to donate to them. But they've never. And I forget to say, apply this toward my 10 cents.
Yes, here, maybe if you just bring the dime in.
That's what I'm thinking. I just have to say, here's my 10 cents. I owe you.
I've been making donations for 5 months, but
but now I'll give you my 10 cents.
You are not like taking my 10 cents off.
I know it.
So anyway, that's what I'm going to get up to during my time. And let's see. I didn't start. Isn't that terrible? Oh, here we are. Okay. Naomi says, I have a bunch of stuff to do around the house today, so I'm going to put all my tasks in a wheel and let the wheel decide. Very good. Very, very good. And my intentions for Power Hour is to weed out a few more books and add them to Pango. Excellent, Alicia. And Krista said, of course, I have my spinner for a Power Hour, but on it, along with cleaning stuff, are about 5 videos I'd like to film today. So I need to finish getting ready first and then start spinning. Excellent. And aim for 5, Lee. You can do it.
You can.
Yeah. And Alicia said, I use the spinner wheel to make my decisions. I input the task and the wheel chooses and I do it. No thoughts about it. Just do it. All right. Eleanor said, I struggle to keep my creative space organized. This morning, I plan to pull items for an old school April journal prompt, childhood memories. Oh, that's going to be fun. Part of my thing with my office too, and I guess it's for anybody who has content for their channel, wherever you film, especially if you film anything where you have to show books or show objects, that's what happens. You bring all of that into your space, or you're pulling all of that. And for whatever reason, if you don't put it back immediately, it can pile up and it sits there and you're like, why is this still in here? So yeah, that's part of my struggle. And Kristen said, when I am filming, I usually don't respin, but yesterday I respun over and over. I was hoping to film yesterday and today, but now it all has to get done today. Oh my goodness, a lot. And yes, to Alicia, it helps take the decision freeze away. Just do what comes up. And yes. And Mary said, good morning, folks. Good morning, Mary. So happy to see you this morning. Molly said, I'll be reading Burn Masters, Burn Down. What? I don't know what I'm reading. Burn Masters House Down. I think I can finish it. It conjures up talking heads burning down the house.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I was thinking about, because isn't his name Burns in his last, or Burner or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's funny how your mind works like that. Okay, so we are going to go and get our little kitty cat ready so that we can get our power hour started, y'all. And Alicia said, you got this. Yep. I hope everyone who's got something planned for power hour is able to get it accomplished. It's nice at the end of the hour to see what you can accomplish, if anything, and how much better it just sets the tone for the rest of your day.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, happy power hour, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, we are back. That went by really quickly. I know I say that every week. I think once you get into your zone of whatever you're doing, I think that's why. Okay, so how did you do, Laurie? Did you get a lot of reading done?
I got about 50 pages so far, so that's not too bad. And I made myself a fancy cup of coffee, and yeah, it was a good time.
Sounds very relaxing.
It was.
Well, you get a gold star for relaxing and doing some self-care and getting some pages read.
Thank you. It's
How about
easy
you,
when
Ruth?
it's not your house and you don't have to clean or take care of it.
True.
It's kind of like going on a little mini vacation.
It's true. Yeah.
How about you, Lee?
I did pretty good. I got 5.5 things done.
Ooh.
I think she needs professional applause because
She
thought
does.
she was only going to do 3.
Yeah.
Krista challenged her to 5.
That was what I needed, was somebody. So
Yeah, so
I realized a couple of them were things I have to do out of the house, so they weren't going to get done right now anyway. So I tried to pick the ones I could do here.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah.
I did pretty well. I did plan my week. I also called the library once and they weren't open yet. So then I had to call again. They renewed me for another year. So very happy about that. I don't go and get a lot of physical media from the East Baton Rouge Library now that Andrew doesn't work there anymore. I mean, I do go periodically because I made friends with one of his coworkers, Erin, who runs a fantasy book club there. And periodically I will join in depending on if I have the time and I can read the book that they're doing. But I will tell you, I rely a lot on Libby. And that's what I get through that library. So I don't want to lose that because Tangipahoa and Livingston Parish use Cloud Library. And I just find Cloud Library's audiobook selections are not as vast. And I get it. It's because of where you're at in the parish. I mean, your parish, how big or small or whatever. But anyway, glad to do that. And then I had to choose my next body workout. Since I'm finished my Conqueror challenge, I can do a fuller workout, yes, but I'm also thinking about, I'm not thinking about it. I'm going to do it because I got my new shoes, my new running shoes or whatever, because mine are worn out. But I want to try to do my run walk program and see if I can get back to running. And just see if I can do it. If I can, I can. If not, maybe it's just run walk for me or run lower mileage or whatever. But so I'm going to stick with the beginner only foundational blocks. So it's good because it's a mix of cardio, but also strength training. And this time around, I'm going to have some dudes as my instructors. I haven't had any of these dudes before. So I really like the instructor Lacey Green because she has a lot of energy, and every time she's like, "What's up, everybody?" and then she like does her thing, and she does a lot of positive. Like the one program I did where she did the whole entire program, she had a quote every day that was just very motivational. I don't know. She's just got a very good attitude. But anyway, I'm getting to know these other instructors so that if I do a different type of program, I'll be familiar with them. So I'm wondering if that's why they set this up this way. But anyway, I started making my little calendar so I can hold myself accountable and get that done. So that is what I did. I have to finish that. So I'll finish that once we're done with Saturday Morning Momentum, and then I'll go do my exercise for today. My dad's coming up to spend the weekend, and I want to make sure I get all of that done. Also took care of laundry, so I was putting the laundry in, transferring to the dryer. So yeah, got a lot of done.
Yay.
Okay, so Molly Dot came in. We have another Molly Dot from Ireland, just to let y'all know. She said, I want to stand up, allocate meds, stand up again. I do too much sitting and have a specific muscle pain and start planning the month and then stand up again. Excellent. My watch is what tells me I need to stand up. All of a sudden, I'll look like you need to stand up. You've been sitting. Good morning, Kaylin. Sweet Kaylin, how are you? Happy Saturday. Blake said, good morning. I spent the last 2 mornings thinking it was Saturday when I woke up, just making my to-do list and drinking coffee. Excellent. That's a gold star moment. And are buried under pillboxes. No. Meds sorted for a few days. Very good. And then we have some highs. And Elena saying that she was good. And Carmen's here. Hey, Carmen. Hey. Carmen, you're just doing Allie Reynolds, right, Lee?
Me, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're about to start another Beaumont book. What's great is that Carmen, Lee, and I are all on the same team for OSA. Yep. And what I love about the fact that we're reading J.A. Jance is that she's old school.
You get a ton of points for that.
We're going to get lots of points for y'all. Oh, and I just want to share this fun fact. I'm reading a Nancy Drew book, and there is a candle on the cover. And I'm like, that's got to be like old technology. So I just looked it up to make sure, because, electricity, they had that before electricity, right? I look it up. The candle is ancient technology.
Oh, okay.
I just thought that was funny. And then Molly Dot says, stood up 3 times, don't have the spoons for productivity right now, so I'm going to start chapter 2 of Don Quixote. Now, talk about school, that's really old school.
Yeah.
So we have some more highs in our community. And then Molly said, nope, don't have concentration for reading either.
Okay.
And Swank said she finished everything, gold star. Ooh. So snuggling with, I'm thinking you're saying so snuggling with my cat.
Yeah.
Instead of no snuggling. Molly finished with 4 minutes to spare. Woohoo, professional. Everybody gets applause today in gold stars, but I love when people are able to finish their books. Mindy said, I had coffee and breakfast, then I saw my Libby hold for a Storm of Swords came in. So I read the prologue, excited to be reading.
Nice.
Jen said, I finished recording 1 video and almost done finished recording my March wrap up. You're amazing, Jen. Amazing. And Mindy is rereading her favorite book. Are you doing that for Old School April? And woohoo, Lee, I knew you could do it. Janet said, I did not, in fact, start on my taxes yet. Decided to take a shower, then started laundry, brushing out my hair, and then we'll settle in back at the PC with another cup of coffee. You sound like you're procrastinating, Shannon. Gretchen Rubin, she has little labels for everything. Do you know, even if you feel like you're doing something productive, she calls it procrastinating. If you decide, let me go ahead and you have to do your taxes, right? But you're like, oh, I have to go clean out my cabinets in my bathroom. They're so cluttered or whatever. And then you're like, oh, I got to go reorganize my sock drawer because it's so messy and I got to get rid of the ones that don't match anymore. That is a form of procrastination. Even though you're productively doing something else, you're still avoiding your task. So she calls that procrastinating.
That's right.
Stormy's here. Hi, everyone. Getting around a bit late. Storms kept me up last night, so still waking up. Well, I can understand that. I think we're supposed to have a rainy weekend.
I think we are.
To my weather app, it's 90% for both days. So I'm like, oh, well, that's not going to be a fun Easter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anybody who's doing Easter egg hunts, hopefully they did them earlier or they're not in an area that's going to get a lot of rain.
Yeah, and I was going to walk up to Bayou Wine Garden. Remember where we went? We were here with Sarah because she loves it there. But I need to see if the walking up is a good and back is a good idea.
Yeah, because you do not want to get caught in that stretch because it's not like you have many places you can duck under.
No, it's all open. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That was a fun day, and we had a great time.
Yeah, I might take her to Baldwin's too, to the bookstore because she's never been to that one.
Yeah, so, that one was a pretty cool bookstore. First time for me. Kirsten cleaned the litter box, fed the cats, gathered a load of laundry, washed some dishes, and listened to a podcast. Love this power hour concept. Yes, you can get a lot done in an hour. I think it's because it's not like anybody is going to say anything negative if you don't get to your stuff. But I think it's just a matter of wanting the gold star, like wanting the acknowledgement that you did well, you focused, and you are proud, and you know that your community here is going to think you're amazing. I mean, even if you didn't get your stuff done, we still think you're amazing. But it's just that feeling of just being proud of yourself for accomplishing something. And I just think the time limit really forces you to focus and just not to sit there and second guess stuff. You only have a limited amount of time.
It does both. It gives you like, okay, hustle because you just have this 1 hour, but at the same time you could be like, it's only for an hour. So there's not this like stress on you. So I feel like it kind of works both ways too.
Yes, yeah. I agree with that. And also too, like I was saying, it seems like it goes by so quickly. I think it's because you get in your zone and you're not being interrupted or whatever, it doesn't feel so daunting as if you were doing something on your own. And Krista filmed her March wrap up, which took forever, but also finished my laundry and posted on my Patreon Discord. So only 3 things done, but I'm still happy about it. Well, I think you still get a gold star because you got to look at the 3 things that you did.
Right.
Filming, it's amazing that filming didn't take you the whole entire hour. Like for me, it takes me a long time to film. I don't know why. It's slow. I should make a blooper reel, honestly, because that probably
that'd be fun. Yeah,
would be quite humorous for people when I can't say words correctly. And then sometimes I'll say something and I'm like, I don't even know how my brain paired that, like where they got that from, Eleanor said, found some bits for my journal spread. We'll work on it this afternoon. Fun. Susie put away her groceries while listening to an audiobook. And after that, I didn't read, but made a list of all the books I want to buy. Not ready yet.
I will also say Audible, I got pressured into this last night. Audible's having a great sale with up to 85% on a lot of the books.
Oh, wow. So anybody who has Audible, not that we want to influence you, but...
I got 17 books for under $60. So I was pretty happy with that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is if you're on the fence about something, it's either you can save the money now or spend a lot more later.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to read those books anyway, kind of thing.
Yeah, it was like I was being strategic about it, knowing I was going to read those. So.
Okay. And I was going to ask you, is it only certain books that you can get for that?
There were different levels of percentages off on most of them. So like 86%, 41%, and I forget what the other one was.
Yeah. I am new to Book of the Month. Mm-hmm. And I love the whole concept of it, but they're very clever about like their strategy. Like, ooh, now you're a friend, so you get to have these add-on books and blah, 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 and all this stuff. So it's like they're trying to dangle the carrot in front of you. So yesterday I picked my book for April and I was very excited because they had a horror selection. So that's what I picked for April. But they had some good choices. Well, then, of course, I can get not free. They're not free. let me back up. 4 add-ons I can add on there for $5 less than whatever they're charging you, right? Well, I sat there and I was like, There was 2 books on there I have been wanting to read, and I was like, I can't do it. I just have to just buy my book and be done with it because I'm trying not to spend a lot of money on books. So I don't know if Book of the Month is going to be a good thing for me because it's very tempting.
I think that they choose the add-ons based on what I think they're different than the ones that they choose for you to select the ones so that they can lure you into buying the add-ons because you really want those more than you want the ones
the regular one.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So what ended up happening was I did add on a book last month. Yeah, I think I did. Yes, it was the T. Kingfisher. That was the one that I added on.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I really wanted this book. So I went ahead and put it on. But I'm like, it can get kind of dangerous. And the other thing is Owl Crate also tries to lure you in because, you know, they have their monthly subscriptions and their quarterly subscriptions. But then they'll say, oh, we're going to have this book. We're partnering with this author and we're going to do this book. Well, guess what? Because of that, I ordered, do you want to come in or out? Or just be halfway in and halfway out? This is Bailey. And I ended up buying 3 books because of that. And so I'm like, I have to watch it because even though I have reward points for Owl Crate, so that does help. I have like $20 to take off for each one. So in the grand scheme of things, I didn't pay as much, you know, as I would have normally. And I think that was also knowing I had my reward points. I was like, well, I have my reward points.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta rein myself in because I have so many books to read, y'all. I gotta read the ones on the shelf. You know those memes where your, you know, the books on the shelf are red or glaring at you. Yeah, I get glares all the time. So crazy. Nikki said, I helped my mom with carrying something to the master bedroom, started laundry, and got my daily reading done and lesson for tomorrow morning about halfway done. Excellent. Yes. Krista said, I need to get new sneakers this week and a pedicure. My reward for finishing my 75-day challenge last week.
Nice. Nice.
Good job.
Yeah. We need some professional applause for that because the 75 days. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, I got my new shoes too. I really should have gotten them sooner, but I don't know why I didn't. I had to get that and I had to get the insoles that I put in because I put a softer cushion in my shoes because I do not want plantar fasciitis. I suffer with that for years. Okay, and I just lost my spot. Oh, here we go. Okay, enjoy your pedicure, Krista. And Alicia said, I was able to put 22 books on Pango. That's amazing. And I have just have to finish pulling the rest I want to add. Very nice. Pango is working for a lot of people. And Alicia said, I also added in a new mini brand books to my collection. If I go by the 40 plus booklet, I'm complete. If I go by the 50 plus, I'm missing 3. Well, Alicia, I mailed the Hardy Boys Tower Treasure, I think it's Tower Treasure, book to you yesterday. So hopefully you'll be receiving that soon. Yeah, Alicia sent me 4 books. So I am only missing 1 for my series 2, and that's James and the Giant Peach. That's the one I'm missing for Roald Dahl. And then my series 1, I think I'm still missing like 3. So yeah. Molly Dot said, I don't know whether to get one of those watches. I like the idea of tracking and reminding, but I didn't like the feel of wearing a watch before smartphones. Yeah, mine is not an Apple. Mine is an Amazfit or something like that. So I can't do anything but really, I mean, sometimes text messages come through, but it's not like I can text on it or anything like that. I didn't want anything to distract me, but I mainly keep it so I can just monitor like my heart rate, my steps, that kind of stuff. Kaylin said, good Saturday. Thanks, Kat. I'm obsessed with doing collages lately, so working on some of that, particularly essay ones.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be fun for OSA. And which Nancy Drew are you on now, Kat? I'm due to read The Clue in the Diary. It's the one with the candlesticks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I should reread those too. I should myself. I could reread those too.
Right.
Good rewording.
Thank you.
The Sign of the Twisted Candles.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so I'm excited about this one. Yeah, number 9. I usually read one for Old School April. I like to read one for Series September. And I like to usually read one for middle grade March. So at least I get 3 in. You know, a year. Mindy said, I need to do dishes and laundry today. I'll have to do more laundry too. Nikki said, made it to page 14 in Rainbow Valley and page 36 in the Wake in To Wake the Giant. Excellent. And probably procrastinating. Yes. Mindy said, yes, rereading A Storm of Swords for Old School April. It counts for 12 prompts plus 600-page bonus going for Large Marge. Excellent. I got every trophy last year, and I was so proud about doing that. But I'm not going to get Large Marge this year because I do not have a book that's large enough to cover it. If I can keep up with Six Sad April, I'll get that trophy again. But I think that's probably maybe that one and the gaming one will be the only ones I get because I'm not watching a series because I'm watching 26 movies with my alphabet challenge. Naomi said I got pretty far on my to-do list. Yay! Nikki, 90% for us today, 20% tomorrow for rain. Well, at least Easter won't have as much. Molly said, I've heard it called productive procrastination, though a difference is that things you're doing instead of the tasks you're putting off, so also need to be done, like washing up or laundry. It's true. I mean, you're getting stuff done, but you're avoiding the one thing that has to be done until you get to that crunch line. I mean, I try to tell myself, let's try to do at least something to like start it. And then if it doesn't seem too bad, then I can continue.
Yeah.
Okay, I muted you the first few minutes. I finished recording the second video. Yay! Woohoo, Jen! Professional applause. We are okay with you muting us if it means that you're going to get more stuff done.
That's right.
Travis is here. Hey, ladies, I'm legit just opening my eyes. Been sleeping in the past few days. My body has been needing to rest and catch up. And also, didn't you have a late night movie? A watch party for OSA. Just don't be like me and have to do an entire video series to read my unread books.
Well, I will have to do that too. I would have to do that too. It would take me years.
It would take me a long time. Yeah, as I'm organizing my home library, I will tell you there are books on my shelves that I'm like, I'm not even sure if I'm really interested in reading them anymore. Like I bought them at a time in my life that I was interested in that or whatever. But then, and like some books, I'm like, why did I even buy this?
That's why I love Pango, because when I say that, or if I looked at one the other day and I was like, I read this and it was just okay, and I'm not going to read this again. And I popped it over on the stack and put it on the, It feels so good to get rid of books for me. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's true.
Well, my thing is I don't mind getting rid of books if I can put them in the hands of somebody that's going to appreciate it. I can't just throw it away. And, I'm struggling with my encyclopedias. Eleanor's mentioned she's used her older books or encyclopedias for like crafting. And I'm thinking about doing that because even at the Friends of the Library, they had an author event and they made these beautiful paper flowers and out of old books. And I'm like, they were so awesome. And the librarian sent me a link so I could look to see how it was, because they looked like from afar, they look like real flowers. And then when you get up close, it's like, so I just thought that might be like a little fun project to do or something. And then of course I'll be stuck with this paper flower, but I don't know. I have
a whole vase full of them that we did them all for Megan's, for the little one's birthday party. We did all those because it was a bookish theme. And then she didn't want to keep them all after. So I took them and I put them at home in a vase, and I look at them every day and I love them. They are fun to make.
Really cool. But I was thinking, not that I want to destroy a book, but so many people not one person in my household or even like friends I talk about are like supportive of me keeping them. It's like so crazy. But I was even thinking I could use them for like journaling or scrapbooking, maybe.
Yes, you could. Yeah. I've done that too. Yeah.
So I'm thinking if I can pull them off the shelf and put them somewhere that's not taking up too much space, then I can use that shelf space on that book bookshelf that I have. Or maybe just keep them there and then go through them and then dispose of. Part of it is the attachment to it, and I got to get over the attachment.
Yeah.
And that would be better. Travis said, my plans for the day is I need to clean because we have people coming over tonight, want to get some OSA stuff done and have my white chicks White Chicks watch party tonight. That's going to be a fun one. My movie for today is Cactus Flower. It's from 1960. I chose it because it's the year of my birth. It's got Goldie Hawn in it.
Yeah.
And Walton Bow, and they look so young. I'm wondering if it's like one of the first movies like Goldie Hawn was in. I just need to see, but
I think it was, and I watched it, and I remember not hating it, so that's good. I mean, I think I liked it.
I watched Big Trouble in Little China last night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this movie, it's really funny, but like some of the scenes, and my husband did say, because the practical effects are pretty good in there if you're a person that likes practical effects. So that was kind of cool seeing it. And it's John Carpenter. I was just
have high expectations. Right.
So, and I like John Carpenter, so it was nice to be able to see. And I think I have 2 movies on my list that's John Carpenter, and one of them is a movie that I don't ever remember seeing, Ghost of Mars. I don't ever remember seeing that movie.
Oh, I don't think I saw that one either.
Yeah, so I'm going to try it and see what happens with it. Alicia said, I like when Audible has the 2 titles for one sale, 2 titles for one credit. I have gotten a lot of my titles that way. That sounds like a good sale. Mary said, I hit 35% and we used to live here. Excellent. How are you liking that book? That is a book that keeps coming around, and I want to read it. I don't have it, but I want to read it. Krista said, Kat, put your link to your book of the month in your video descriptions. Maybe some will use it and you'll get credits. Then they're free. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Well, thank you for telling me that tip. I appreciate that. And Jen said, what did you pick? I didn't pick yet and might skip. It starts with an M, more something. I can't remember because it's a title I didn't even know that's coming out. I think it's coming out at the end of the month, and it's by an author I've never heard of. But I saw horror on it, and I'm like, I want to see. I want to see what this is about. And Krista said, I have skipped for quite a few months in a row, but got the Sally Hepworth in April and 3 add-ons to use up all my credits. Now I can finally cancel. Ooh.
I got the Sally Hepworth too as an add-on. I got Yesteryear because I really wanted, that was one of my most anticipated, and I really wanted that to be on there, and it was. And then I got The Ending Writes Itself, which is V.E. Schwab and somebody else.
Well, they had quite a few. I think April had quite a few that sounded very interesting. But like I said, I gravitated because they don't I think normally have a lot of horror selections.
They don't do a lot of horror as much as they do,
other stuff. So so that's interesting too. You can use your credits if you skip towards your add-ons.
You can't. Well, you can use your credits and build them up, yes, and then you get credits if somebody uses your thing. So then you have other credits too. So yeah, you can have quite a few build up if you
skip or whatever. Okay.
If you skip, right.
Andy said, forgot to say hey this AM, but have been reading the Thunderhead this morning. Excellent.
Ooh, yeah.
And Kirsten said, my strategy with Book of the Month is to skip a bunch of months, and then when I don't skip, max out the add-ons because they're so much less expensive. Gotcha.
Yes. Good for you.
Alicia said, okay, then I'm only missing 2, The Art of War and Fantastic Mr. Fox. Okay, I got to write it down for you. Art of War. Oh, I'm not going to write on that. This is me with all these like Post-it notes. Art of War and Fantastic Fox. I think the Roald Dolls, except for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, they send you, it seems like you get that every time. The other ones are hard. And Kaylin said, yes, I have the Twisted Candle one too. And Laurie, yes, you could read them and it would be fun. It is fun to revisit them. Andy said, I keep seeing Nancy Drew books in the thrift store. So far have passed them up though. I love them as a kid. Yeah. I have not found many in the wild, but I did find some from like the 1940s, I think. I got 3 of them. So they're considered vintage, but
Mine are
anyway.
too. I don't have very many.
And Travis said, "Oh, I also plan on working on my book today too. I've finally been in a writing mood. I found writing it in Google Docs helps because I can just pull it up on my phone and write anywhere.
Nice.
That's a good idea." Nikki said, "I'm on book 1 of Nancy Drew, waiting for book 2 from the library to come in through Libby." Very nice. I tell you what, the first 7 books on audiobook are read by Laura Linney, and she does a fantastic job.
Oh, I love her.
I was disappointed with book 8. It was a new one.
Uh,
Carmen said, "I've watched 4 of my movie challenge picks so far. Yay! Go Carmen." And I just meant the book of the month. Oh yeah, book of the month meaning which one I chose. Well, it's the one with an M is the name. Good morning, Travis. Martha mornings. And Kaylin said, "I like to work on Google Docs too. Rain is supposed to start in about 40 minutes. Going to work in the rain this afternoon. Be careful." And to Trav, thanks for the sprint. Y'all have a good week. You too, Swank. We're about to talk about our intentions for the week. Congrats, Krista, on your 75-day finish. I'm so happy for you. Alicia said, "I'm going through the same thing, Kat. That is why I'm weeding out my library, because there are books I won't reread or I haven't read and don't have interest anymore." Thank you so much, Nikki, for being here at Power Hour. Have a great week, everyone. You might like book crossing. The main idea is that you register a book, then leave it for someone else to find, but people also meet up to swap or post
oh,
books.
yeah. I
That's
forget
cool.
about that.
Yeah, I think my friend Shelley used to do that. We use books we don't want for our wedding centerpieces and let people take the centerpieces home. That's a great idea. I love that. Death Becomes Her is my favorite Goldie movie.
That's a good one.
That is a fun one. And good morning, Kristen. I'm starting Stolen Heart by Sophie Lark, Bound to the Orc Ranger by Christy Luna, and Game On by Nevessa Allen.
Wow.
Wonderful. Stormy Lights, Big Trouble in Little China. It was fun. My husband and I laughed a lot. Kristen said, "I love choosing audiobooks for book of the month. If there aren't any physical books speaking to me, I chose Mad Mabel by Sally Hepworth this month." Wonderful. Molka by Marika Kim. She also wrote The Eyes Are the Best Part. I was so excited to see it on Books of the Month.
Oh,
okay,
good.
well, then that's good. The Eyes Are the Best Part's another book that I would like to read as well, but I haven't picked that one up. Audible Sale is Dangerous. And do you have Aardvark? They do horror. No, I don't. I'm trying not to do any other subscription boxes or anything. I have done Owl Crate for a long time, and they started their horror subscription, which is quarterly. So I don't mind doing that. I just don't want to get stuck in any kind of thing where I'm paying more money out than I need to. And Kristen said the new Nancy Drew books are cute. It's weird to see her using Google to help solve cases, but I find mine in the dollar stores too.
Oh, gosh.
That's funny. And I have my crossing in a few years. Me neither. My username there is Nut. Funny. Okay, so let's talk about our intentions for the week and see where our week is going to get us closer to goals or whatever else that we're doing. So how about you, Laurie? You want to start us off?
Sure. I took one of my son-in-law's cards so I could write down. I'm going to film and edit content for the week because I have 2 that I haven't done anything with yet, and then some more I need to work through. Read 2 books this week, hopefully. I have my Besties book club this week, so I want to kind of prepare for that a little bit and refresh my memory of the book, even though I've read it twice. I'm going to do a scrapbook layout this week if I have to tie myself into the chair in that room.
If you tie yourself into the chair while you're scrapbooking, I want a picture.
It will not work well if I do, right? And then I'm going to work on my goals for April because the other day I just put in my, appointments for the whole month because it ends up being, it's better this week. I just looked, but it ends up being something I have to do at the beginning of every month, and then it changes. People add on. But I would like to set some goals for myself and for work for the month, because I feel adrift if I don't have a plan,
Yes, I totally understand
Just
that.
feel adrift, yeah.
And then you end up, at least I do, if I end up doing that, if I don't have some kind of plan going, then I
Yeah.
end up dallying and just puttering around the house, and then I don't feel like
Yeah. Or I just keep procrastinating. I have this one training I really need to finish. Since I finished my taxes, I just feel so happy. I had to laugh at the bookkeeper. I texted her and I said, "Did you get my taxes?" Because I hadn't heard from her, and she's usually pretty quick. And she said, "Yeah, I'm sorry. It's that time of year, but I got it. Here's what you owe." And which is one of the reasons I don't like to do my taxes, because I always owe now, because I'm self-employed and yeah, anyway. But so I said, "Well, I hate taxes, so I'm so grateful that you finished that for me." And she said, "I do too. I hate them." And then I was like, and then she said, "Just kidding." And I was like, "Oh God, I'm going to lose her." But she's fine.
I can imagine they don't like this time of year, though.
No, I'm sure they don't. They don't probably see. She doesn't probably see her kids for months. Yeah.
True.
So.
How about you, Lee? What's on your agenda for the week?
Well, I have 2 more days off coming up next week, too, so that's always nice. So I'm getting a massage, I'm going to donate blood, and I'm going to finish my Mount Rushmore Conqueror Challenge.
Yay! I love that you're donating blood. I love that.
Yes.
And I also love that you're getting another massage.
This one's going to be half price because I'm going to the massage school a couple towns over where they give you like a deep discount for it. So
they sure do.
You know what it is? It's because they're training.
Yep, they're training hours.
That's it.
I should do that too.
I don't know if they even have that around my area. I still have to do mine. But I'm not forgetting this year. I'm not, because I want my massage this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for myself, I'm going to, of course, be doing stuff for OSA. Mm-hmm. I want to film my first quarter and just to check in of what I've been doing on my 26 for 2026 list, or my design my year, how I'm doing with that. I will be volunteering at the Friends of the Library store this Thursday. I also need to film my Zombie-thon announcement video, which means I need to really kind of make final decisions on what I'm doing for that readathon, which is in May. And then I'm starting my Body Block 3 week 1. And, we'll see what happens with that. Barry is going out of town this week. So that means I'll have all day, all night, and really be able to probably knock out a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm just going to be like in productivity mode this week. Mm-hmm. That's my plan. That is my plan. See, when I started my channel, I kept thinking, why is it that I had so much time when I started my channel? 2 reasons. 1, I took that year off from work. Mm-hmm. And 2, Barry traveled all the time. So, I had like all day, all night, or whatever. So,
true, yeah.
You just don't realize. And then, things change. So, Travis says, I'm heading out, ladies, in chat. Thanks for these, as always. Bye, Travis. Have a good day. And Alicia said, my intentions for this weekend, Easter, of course, reading sprints. Continue this round of weeding out books for Pango. Sounds awesome. Boot for Besties Book Club. I'm assuming this is the one that y'all made from the Besties retreat, right?
It is indeed. Oh, and look, if Krista's still here, this was my T-shirt. I won the giveaway, and I got a T-shirt, and I got one of those little book things. So this is my T-shirt. I'm very
right. You won at the BookTube Besties.
That's right, I did. Yeah.
And Alicia said, my intentions for this week is prepping for my daughter's birthday and cleaning up the house for the party next weekend. That'll keep you busy. Susie said, besides work, I'm going to do my taxes, catch up with my reading, keep up with my reviews, finally order my books, and some household stuff.
Good for you.
Intentions. Kirsten said, my mom is flying in on Wednesday, so my intention is to spend the first half of the week preparing for her visit and the second half having fun time together. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that for y'all. And then Mindy said, I hope to film a video or 2 this weekend. I'm taking an almost break, but haven't been able to film my monthly update yet for end of March, beginning of April. Well, good luck with that. And Nikki says, I have to finish my taxes, do my normal daily reading, and hopefully find out my test results from yesterday. I am seriously hoping I don't have glaucoma because my eye pressures were way too high. I hope not, Nikki.
Yeah.
And some positive vibes and prayers your way that you get some good results. And Eleanor said, this week I want to get back into my daily exercise routine, a combination of walking and strength training. I got off track last month due to family visits, travel, and birthdays. And I will tell you, Eleanor, how easy it is to get off track.
Yep.
It amazes me. It all it takes is just one little minor thing happening, because I was kind of like that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get back. My thing is I've gotten off track of exercising first thing in the morning, and I need to get back on that because too many things happen in the afternoon as the day progresses, and then you can always use the excuse, I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
I never want to do that. So I will tell you, the Conqueror Challenge was also motivation for me too, because I knew I had to log miles in, for that. So yeah. So hopefully you'll get back on track.
Yes.
And Kristen said, ZombieCon, I want in. Yeah, Zombie-thon. Because, I don't know if most people know that May is Zombie Awareness Month. You have to be aware of an impending zombie apocalypse.
Can't be without it.
It could happen. It could happen, y'all. I'm telling you.
Listen, this day and age, I don't put anything past anything happening. So absolutely.
I'm telling you.
If you watch certain zombie shows and you realize how people become zombified, it's not always just because of like this virus. It could be a parasite, and it just, or somebody's tinkering around with some kind of virus or like some kind of chemical warfare or whatever, and then all of a sudden you've got, a rage virus like in 28 Days Later, which is kind of zombie adjacent, but still, it's the whole premise that you are not a person and like you have lost your humanity,
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's put it this way. If you are prepared for the zombie apocalypse, you're prepared for any kind of apocalypse.
Sure.
So you just have the zombies for extra fun. Molly says, I have several appointments for next week, 2 of which I have rescheduled 3 times. And when I start to overload myself, I reschedule appointments. So I am aiming for no reschedules. Yeah, I hope you can get that done. And then you also have to ask yourself, why are you rescheduling those particular appointments too? Because sometimes I've done that, and it's because I'm just avoiding having to do whatever that appointment is going to make me do, or I have to do, or have to change or whatever. And I just feel like I'm not in the right mind space for that. Jen says, I have a lot of schoolwork to get started and finish this week. I want to try to do a couple of spring cleaning items off my list as well. Jen, when is your last day for your semester? Because I know you're going to feel a lot of relief when that is done. And Shannon said, thank you so much for the sprint and chat. Thank you, Shannon, for being here. I will see you on Monday.
Get those taxes done.
Yeah, taxes done, Shannon. And Krista said, my intentions for this week are to get outside every day if possible. And I'm also trying to track food this month. It is a hard habit to start. I'm also in New York to see family next weekend. Yeah, food is a pain to track, but I will tell you, like anything you monitor, when you have to write it down, at least for myself, I tend to do better.
Yeah.
Because I do not want to write that I ate something I wasn't supposed to, or I don't want to write that I didn't get as many steps as I was supposed to, or I didn't drink as much water, because then but I think it also makes you, it makes your story, your narrative true. When you tell somebody, oh, I haven't, the needle's not moving on my scale, but I've been eating salad every day. Well, then you go look at what you were eating, and guess what? You were eating salad every day, but you were also eating like sugar and
3 mini Snickers and a peppermint patty.
Yeah, ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
That's my weakness.
So, in old school April is not a time for me to do any kind of tracking, because I will eat bad snacks. But I did limit myself this year. I really did. I limited myself to a small amount, and I'm just going to piece it out. Like yesterday, I got cheese puffs. I ate a few on my car ride home, and then I clipped them, and I'm like, I'm good. I tasted it. I had it. It was nostalgic, but I don't need it anymore. So that's gone. Same thing. I got pizza rolls. Haven't had pizza rolls in I don't know how long. I made some pizza rolls. I said, had it done. Check it off my snack list, and I don't need it anymore.
Good for you.
Yeah, because I know that it's going to affect my hands. It's going to cause the inflammation in my hands, and it's been so nice not having that. So I don't want trigger finger again on any of my fingers. Alicia said our future is a combination of idiocracy, iRobot, and zombies. Who knows which path we're going to get? True.
It's true.
Yeah.
Zombathon. We'll be picking out a few middle grade zombie books.
Yep. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Yes, because Lee and Stormy are hosts for middle grade May. So if anybody wants to read non-scary zombie books, middle grade, books usually are pretty good about that. I mean, Dead City is a little intense, but Dead City is still not like an adult zombie story. It's more like suspenseful and action-packed, but it's a really good series. Susie says, I have to go and get some reading done. Thanks for today. Bye, Susie. Alicia said, thank you for Saturday Morning Momentum, ladies. Always a pleasure to see you all on Saturday morning. Have a great weekend and week ahead. To Alicia. And happy Easter. And Jen said, May, I think like the second week, most of my student teaching assignments are all due May 5th. And then my other class last assignment is the following week. Okay, so you still got all of this May to do, and then probably half of May. So April and May, all of April and part of May. You're going to be so happy when you cross that finish line. Molly said, thank you for time together. My Saturday mornings were empty before. Well, thank you for appreciate you being here. Yeah. And said, thank you, Kat, Laurie, and Lee, for a great start to the day. Well, thank you, Eleanor, for being here. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you as well as everybody else that hung out with us for Saturday Morning Momentum. Glad y'all got some, goals or aims or projects, some reading done. And we will be back here next Saturday at 8 a.m. Central Time. In the meantime, have a wonderful week ahead and have a wonderful Easter. And we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.